You're listening to 1069 Click FM, live in color.
The flag has been unfurled, the military-industrial complex has been saluted in all of its social fabric-destroying glory, and we are once again back for a season of professional baseball in America. I even have a cat who has been jumping up here because she thinks that she needs to go out at least 3 more times before dinner. But that's not happening. Because of the enthusiasm that I sensed from people about the upcoming season of baseball, I figured, you know what, might as well cover at least one game, and there was no better fit that I could think of than, as a Sox fan, to cover the Milwaukee Brewers versus the Chicago Cubs. I must admit, one of the first things I noted during the starting lineup was that I did not recognize a single name on that opening roster for the Cubs. So I suppose they really have traded away all of that World Series core that they had. Because there's no Rizzo, there's no Schwarber, there's no even Jake. Yeah, I know people from my old country are trying to come here for a better life, but they don't deserve it. Besides, we're already a territory. We don't need to vote in elections. Arietta. If your boss asks you're not here, I don't even know who you are, True North. I wouldn't know how to tell on you to your boss. Oh. Wrigley trying to get the beer snake going. Very nice. Yes, we have a cat. As you can see, her tail is much available. Oh, I know. Zach is the big Cubs fan. Sorgy's also streaming this? Man, I'm competing with everybody, aren't I? Yep, and there goes the remote again to break apart. Thank you for your assistance in keeping me discombobulated, Angie. It always makes for a more exciting stream. Especially when I have to find the batteries again after the cover pops off. Alright. Ooh, I lucked out. Stayed on this time. It has been a good long while since I watched a baseball game. I don't think I touched even one of them last year. You know, the season just did not hold any interest for me. Chicago Cubs are kind of still in a rebuild. I'll be checking in on them at least a few times during the season. But yeah. But those rule changes. Oh, those rule changes. Alright, Kip, don't worry. I'm also doing this stream for the people who have to work, and if they can't, get to an easily accessible piece of media to, tell the game to them. That's also what I'm here for. Cubs got Cody Bellinger from the Dodgers and Dansby Swanson from the Braves. Yeah, I heard him mentioning Atlanta when they did his welcome to interview, please play us up to give the fans something to hope for speech during the opening Cubs Live segment. Oh yeah, go Cardinals. Let's see how much bullshit that they can pull out at the end of the season like they usually do. Honestly, Luke, because of the fact that there's going to be pretty much only baseball during certain months of the summer, Yeah, they're going to be further baseball streams, and I'm going to try to handle it the same way that I did NHL hockey this season, and try to cover as many different teams as I possibly can. Yes, I do main the White Sox, but I figure it's also good to get an idea of how all of the teams are doing, or at least as many as possible, because you really can't get a sense of it just through highlights. Sometimes there's stuff they leave out that, could impact the game. Oh, yes, and of course Leif is rooting for the Mariners. Is the All-Star game in Seattle this season? All right, and just to quickly run over the rules for you, players are not allowed to shift. All four infields have to be on the infield dirt. 2 on each side of the base. They can move as soon as the ball leaves the pitcher's hand. And there's a whole bunch of stuff about fielders to begin the game on one side of the field or whatever. The penalty will be either adding a ball or the play stands, whatever. Pitch clock, 15 seconds with the bases empty, 20 seconds with a runner on base. Hitters need to be in the batter's box with 8 seconds on the pitch clock, and the catchers need to be ready to go at 9. Let's see. What are the penalties? If the pitcher breaks the pitch clock, a ball will be added to the count. If the batter delays entering the box, they'll be charged with a strike. Then there are only 2 disengagements, either a pickoff attempt, fake a pickoff, or stepping off the rubber for any reason, as well as when the defense requests time. The disengagement rule apparently resets if a runner or runners advance a base within the same plate appearance. And if they screw with that, they get a balk. Let's see. The bases are bigger, and that means the baselines are a little bit shorter, naturally. Position players are now... Apparently they're doing this thing about position players pitching because they don't want them to do it. And they're discussing where the leading team has to be up by as many as 10 or more, or the trailing team had to be down by 8 or more in order to pitch as a position player. So, yeah. That is certainly a thing. Justin Verlander already got hit. Hurt. Sorry. Bless it. Alright. So, we've already got a discussion going here, and this is good while they're wanking off past glories for the opening video package. What is it exactly about the pitch clock that rubs you the wrong way, Luke? Is it the fact that there is one, or the limited amount of disengagements, or how much time, like, the pitchers and the batters get before they automatically get balls and strikes called on them? Or it's blowing out to left, so that'd be the southeast wind. Okay. Yeah, that is what we've heard over and over, that the pitch clock is designed to make the game go quicker. And I can see where the logic is behind that. How short the clock is. Okay. Alright. Well, I think, as I understand it, they had these changes in the minor leagues for a couple of years, to test them out to make sure that they wouldn't absolutely break the game. And when they didn't, I guess they figured it was good enough to bring up to the majors. So, this season, at the very least, is going to be a class in managers adjusting to not only to the play clock, but how to use it and summarily abuse the rules of the play clock. I have to imagine at a certain point that those automatically tallied out strikes, balls, balks are going to come into play at a certain point. I don't know how, and it sounds like a stupid idea, yeah, but knowing how coaches in other sports have managed to, take advantage of the rules for their team's own gain, I wouldn't be surprised if the baseball manager started doing it too. John doesn't like the pitch clock, and notes that baseball has always been played without one. Oh yes, I know it very well. Luke says if it must be there, at least make it 30 to 40 seconds. Oh yeah, now they're taking the time to put the stats up. Hey, the game went quicker, scored more runs, and more stolen base attempts, and ha-da-da-da-da-da. I have heard catchers might ask and reject new baseballs from the... Oh, okay, so they're going to have to clamp down on that. All right. All right. Did you all see about the catcher who got thrown out of a game because he failed to catch the new ball from the umpire? He had he had his glove out, and I guess he wasn't paying too much attention, and he turned it away as the umpire was about to drop the ball into his glove, and the umpire saw it and threw him out of the game. Yeah, JT Realmuto. I know baseball umpires are some of the pettiest little bitches in all of sports. And we've seen it. There are certain umps, you mention their name, and baseball fans start foaming at the mouth. But that has to be one of the lamest, most awful reasons to throw somebody out. A miscommunication. Of all things. Ah, yes, Angel Hernandez. We never root for anything bad to happen to umps, but if their car should suffer some horrible kind of mechanical breakdown that doesn't cause a wreck, but just leaves them immobile and stranded somewhere, say Nebraska, I wouldn't lose any sleep over it. Sticks clarifies, the catcher thought the ump was going to throw back the ball to the pitcher like he did previous. That's why he pulled back his glove. Ah. Leif chimes in, some umpires are bad, but don't get enough talk about how shit they are. Thank goodness Marty Foster retired. I don't know. Maybe that's where they have their secret clandestine meetings about how to further distract us from actually going after the owners and the management organizations that do everything they can possible to not only screw over the players, but also take advantage of area tax breaks and monies that they don't deserve when they're the billionaires. They're the ones who should be, paying up more of the money to improve stadiums and facilities and whatnot. But that's a separate rant. Brewers have one of the best closers in Devin Williams and his airbender changeup, which has about 3,000 RPMs of spin. Ooh. So is he ready to go day one, Logan? Is there a chance that we could see him closing out the game today? We're still waiting for the actual start of the game. They have to put in, of course, all of their commercials. We were supposed to have the first pitch at 1 o'clock, and I'm still looking at a commercial. Now we're at Darvin Furniture and Mattress. I'm also going to be doing something very stupid and trying to keep track of the score and the at-bats and all of that stuff. Oh, same Devin Williams from St. Louis. Oh. I have a feeling I might lose interest I do it after a certain point. And, oh yeah, this is the perfect time to Of course it's Illumination that's doing the Super Mario Brothers movie. I wouldn't expect anything less. Nothing less. Yep, and another commercial. Holy shit. It is 1:15 and we still have not seen a first pitch. I still have not seen a first pitch. This is supposed to be the game today on the Marquee Network, starting at 1. And we got nothing so far. Sponsor for this stream, Leif, is actually Whorehound Old-Fashioned Hard Candies, made with natural Whorehound herb tea brewed and steeped in copper kettles to enhance the natural Whorehound flavor. Whorehound. Oh, there's Ian Happ and wearing his balaclava, which I'm sure he will get shit from all the white right-wing fans for too closely resembling a hijab. Oh yeah. I'm definitely not going that far, Sticks. I don't have the experience or knowledge to make an effective note-taking system to keep track of that stuff. But I hope in the future to include a little bit more than the information we see on here. Like, for example, who's at bat, what they managed to accomplish in their previous at-bats, you know, who's pitching, pitch count, that sort of thing. But for now, I thought that this was a good start. Oh yeah, it's always cold in Chi-Town. It doesn't actually become spring in there until for about 3 days in May, and then it immediately leaps into summer. Mm-hmm. I really hate being right. I really do. Because they came back for one quick shot of people in the stands and coming to the stadium, and now we're back in our next block of commercials. They're definitely... I really didn't want to be right thinking that they were going to put in more commercials to make up for the fact that the games will be faster because of the pitch clock. Is that the same one you use for those, for the pitch and hit locations and what they swung at? And what would have been a ball, or is it just the same, like, general stadium scorecard that they can pick up with the program at a ball game? As I do remember, for the brief time when I was in it playing Chicago softball, that our manager would have like a whole book full of lineup over lineup over lineup over lineup. And, you know, it had like the bases on it, you'd fill it in and all that. But I have no idea where to get those. Well, that's the thing. Luke. This is a home opener. And Marquee Sports Network is supposed to be the network for Chicago Cubs games whenever they're not playing like high-profile opponents or doing stuff in primetime. So, according to everything, I am watching the Milwaukee Brewers versus the Chicago Cubs right now. I was 22 when I moved to Chicago, and actually, when I moved there, I moved there the summer before the White Sox won their World Series title and broke their long-standing curse. And the best part of that, the night it happened, was watching an impromptu dance party form in front of Wrigley Field of Sox fans, and more of them were driving around the stadium, just blaring their horns, waving Sox flags. I actually watched one guy take a leak on the gate into the stadium. Nobody could get in. It was just a whole bunch of people partying, celebrating, and of course, we got the cops called on us. And we were forced to disperse because, it was rude what we were doing. Absolutely rude. Of course, when the Cubs would win 11 years later, people were allowed to gather as much as they want, and I got people screaming outside my window until 1, 2 in the morning. Alright, so we got Stroman for the Cubs and Burns for the Brewers. Alright, we're finally into it, folks. Starting at the top of the first. Here comes our first pitch. In the dirt. Ball 1. Well, yeah, also some of the worst people that I ever met in this city, some of the worst people I ever met in this city also turned out to be Cubs fans, by the way. So, one and one. And damn, just like that, we're at 1-2. And Kristen Yelich is, it's already 7. This is definitely much quicker. And they're going to call him with a K. First out for the Brewers. Honestly, it looked like they ended up bringing that back up into the strike zone. Ooh. Damn. Close. That's Winker. Will be up now. And the first pitch is a called strike. And that's a swing and a miss. So now we are at an 0-2 count. Oh, 2. Here comes the pitch from Stroman. Very low. 1-2 now. Not a fan of Winker. He stunk in Seattle. Yeah, there's that pitch clock right out there in field. Stroman waits for a moment. And they get him. They thought it was a check swing, but third base umpire calls him out. Oof. Well, that is 2 straight strikeouts to start the game. Adames is now up, and that was off the glove and bounces away, but it's still a called strike because, apparently that's just the way we're leaning today with the umpires. 0-1 the count. That one very much in the dirt. 1-1. Woof. Oh shoot, we have a base hit into left field for Adames. Now let's see. Back down to an empty count. Runner on first, 2 outs. And yeah, this dude's calling everything low today. Tellez is up fourth for the Brewers right now. So on the field once for a Little League day while the Mariners were warming up, Winker was talking up a reporter the whole time. Think he hasn't been that focused. Oh. Count is currently at 1-1. And I'm starting to worry that something is wrong with my software because the batter count is not updating live as they come in. Currently 2-1, by the way. Oh my god, I don't have a thing for 2-1. I knew I would forget something. Check swing, they're going to call it. Nope, did not. So that is a ball. Currently, oh, I don't have 3-1 either. I just completely missed a whole bunch of ones. Oh, yeah. Meanwhile, we have an easy stolen base. And that is a walk. William Contreras now coming out to bat for the Brewers. Oh, hello, Zach. Yep. You know, I tried to get every single possible combination of calls that I could for that pitch count. And so far, and apparently the announcers just made an inappropriate joke. The Bay's not really going swing, Foster. It's more like Stroman is getting all of the calls low in the strike zone from the umpire. That seems to be how the game is going today. Oh, I gotcha. All right, we had our first disengagement for the at-bat. And he's taking his time. Stroman is just like messing around with putting his hat on before he gets back to the mound. I think this is where they're going to get their time back. Yes, Foster, the sky is very blue today. The sky is very, very blue. Cheers coming up. We have an 0-2 count. And then they die just as quickly because it's hard to be excited when it is very, very cold outside. 1-2. There it is. 2-2. And a strike, and he goes down. Brewers will strand 2. That is the third strikeout. All the outs came on strikeouts for Stroman in this first inning. So Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, I've already got the empty count. I'm just, I'm honestly just disappointed that I didn't get this straightened out while I was working on things all day. Ah, some of them I just plain forgot to update them. Fantastic. All right, where are we at? 1 and 2. 2, 2. 2, 0 and 1. Rename. All right, let's. Where are we at? Ah, 2 and 1. So let's just allocate this 2 and 1. All right, now Corbin Burns is up. His first pitch is a strike right down the middle. And Horner is up first for the Cubs. I think we might be actually at 1 and 1 right now. All right, see you when you get back, Luke. One big swing, and that looks like that was fouled out, so we are currently at 1 and 2. Oh, I definitely don't have a 3 and 1 either. Fly ball to right field. And that'll be the first out for the Cubs. Yeah, it's probably Yankees or Astros. Because those are only ones that I hear anybody yammering on about. First pitch for Swanson is low. It's a ball 1-0. Dansby Swanson in his first regular season at-bat as a Cub. And gets a check swing, but a called strike. And Swanson goes out to center field. Back to the warning track is Mitchell, but that will be gathered up. Fly out to center field. And you guys were right. Burns only has 7 pitches so far. I think Stroman was up to at least 20 before he got out of the first inning. Ian Happ up right now, and his first pitch is a ball. All right, I think I finally got the ball. And that one flies far to the outside of the plate. 3-0. Damn. And another one. No matter how long they hold it, that's still a walk. So, Hap officially gets a base on balls. And Bellinger is here now. He takes a big hack, and that is a strike. Missed it very far to the inside. Cody tried to make a big impression for his first game as a Cubs in a Cubs uniform, apparently. There's the first disengagement of this at-bat for Burns, and he uses it to keep Hap at the base. Now, but an easy ground ball in the infield. Who went down to a fielder's choice from second baseman to the first baseman. And that will take us out of the first inning. Still nothing. When we eventually come back from this commercial, it'll be the top of the second. Cubs only managed to strand one. And considering that the Brewers actually got a couple people into scoring position, now, I could say that the Brewers had a bit more of an eventful first inning than those Cubs did. All right, let's make sure that I've got 1 and 2, 2 and 1, 2, 3 and 2, 3 and 1. All right, I think I got all the counts finally. And we might as well take a moment while we have this extended break. And more of the commercials are being run. To look up the scores for what other games are currently going on, as this is opening day, and I understand that all the teams are playing on opening day, which doesn't happen very often. In the middle of the sixth, the Yankees are blanking the Giants 3-0. Braves over the Nationals 4-1, top of the fifth, and the Orioles and the Red Sox are tied at 1 in the top of the second over there. Oh, yeah. 3 first-inning strikeouts for Stroman. And now, Urias is up. And Marcus Stroman's pitch count continues to climb. And Wisdom makes a nice snag over the third base area to get that out at first. Now Garrett Mitchell is up for the Brewers, working on a 1-0 count. And that one goes to the outside as well. 2-0 to Mitchell. Sam took a big hack at that and it just fouled off. 2-1. Well, let's hope it does fix the buffering for you, Luke. And another foul off from Mitchell. 2-2. And now one curves to the outside as well. Ref not biting that time, so now we are officially full count. Changed your VPN from Dublin to Chicago. That'll be a foul, and Stroman's pitch count now at 29. And now we see the fielders having to deal with that shift rule and the awkward positions that they put them in. Stroman nearly misses the play and just gets it in at first. Dang. Whew. Damn, it hit him. It went off his glove, bounced behind him. And he lost track of it for like a split second before finally stumbling off the mound and giving a little underhand toss to the first baseman. All right, we have reached the 8th in the order. And it is Anderson who is up now. And an easy strike, which the catcher quickly drops. And that'll be fouled right back to the behind home plate. Yeah. Why would you at this point? 0-2 now. Stroman is waiting and worked that pitch count clock all the way down to 0. Whew. That one's on the outside. Swing did not go all the way through. Swanson really wanted it to. But now, we're at 2-2. And a called strike right on the apparently right on the outside edge of the plate. Dang. And I didn't like it either, but the umps are blind, and we just have to accept that half of the calls are going to be either controversial or wrong. So, with that, we go to the middle of the second, still locked up 0-0. All right, so technically another strikeout. That's going to be Stroman's 5th strikeout of the game. And I think his pitch count might already be up to the mid-30s right now. Let's see. About 35. Burns, he's at least at 10. Oh. Oh, 4th strikeout. I got confused looking at the fifth spot where Contreras was. That was my off. Anyway. Donald C. Kent. Out there for the U.S. Army Air Corps. You know, it might be bad that I'm wondering if he was one of the dudes that was absolutely willing to die because God told him that starting the apocalypse was okay. But, hey, it can't be all the people in the Air Force who are fundamentalist Christians, right? Burns' first pitch to... Who is that? Trey Mancini, I think. Starts at 1-0. And just like that, we're at 1-1. Oh, don't forget the Space Force. Oh, we would never forget the Space Force here. Damn. Ugly cutter and a lazy swing for Mancini, 1-2. Burns' pitch count is currently at 16, by the way, here in the second inning. That one, another curve, but this time Mancini did not bite. 2-2. Oh yeah, I'm definitely going to need a better system for this than the one I got going right now. Tried to get him to bite on another curve, and Mancini simply fouled it off. 2-2 still. Very inside is that pitch. Oh. What, he got hit by the pitch? Because I had it at a 2-2 count. The heck? Okay. You know what? I'm going to put it a hit by pitch. There's Gomez. First pitch. Oh, yeah, we never bet in baseball. Absolutely not. Called strike 1-1. Still currently 0 outs for the Cubs. They have a runner on first. You know, according to the strike zone that that we established in the first inning, that should have been a strike. But apparently, the umpire has changed his mind about what such things constitute a strike. So, oh, hello, Husker fan. We're checking out the opening day between the Brewers and Cubs and also trying to keep up on everything else that happens. Meanwhile, Logan is spoiling the plays for me. That'll be a third to second to first double play. One, 3, 2, 1. And just as my pen dies. Fan-bloody-tastic. Hosmer up now. Gets called strike 0-1. doesn't swing all the way, and that pitch goes to the outside. So 1-1. Two and one now the count. Wow. You think Cubs get 82 wins this year? Let me write that down for future reference. Currently 2-2 as a ball gets bounced foul. We're working on 2 outs right now for Hosmer. Oh, yeah. Well, that's essentially a 500 record. So I could see that happening. Oh, I'm definitely fine with the Cubs winning 0. An easy grounder to Burns. Nearly hopped over his head, but he made a little jump, caught it, and that. The 3rd out. We're going to go into the top of the 3rd. Well, that's a little disturbing, but alright, hopefully it'll just work itself out and get fixed by the time I stream next. Well, we're going up to the 3rd, and alright. I don't even remember when exactly the game started, so I can't tell whether or not this game is going faster or not. I mean, it feels like it does, but then also I am terrifyingly sober right now, so my sense of time may be a little bit off. So, about 30 minutes back. Okay. So, let's see. Foster, I got the Bacon King meal with onion rings. And Dr. Pepper. So we're still in the final 4. Let's see. The last 4 are San Diego State, Florida Atlantic, Miami, and UConn. I get the terrifying feeling that it's going to be UConn that pulls this off. Because we can have no joy. Oh no. That chopper will get to the second base and will get thrown overboard. Damn. Ooh, that should be an error. And so technically, they gave him an extra base nut overthrow that went into the dugout. So we have a runner on second now. Porter. Double on error. And now Yelich is back up to bat with an 0-1 count. And Stroman's pitch is in the dirt for a 1-1 count. I didn't hear yet that whether they have officially marked it as an error or not. I would think it should be, but we'll see when they bring up the score at the next commercial break. Stroman gets up to pitch number 39 with a strike against Yelich, now 1-2. Up. First pitch clock violation of the year, and that is an automatic ball. It's now 2-2. Should be now 2-2. Yep, there it is. Took longer for them to get it right on their score than I did. Check swing. Officially a single and an error. Let me just mark that change. Probably should put them up to 2. A wild pitch that's going to be a walk. Whew. All right. So now we got Winker coming up. He was another one of the strikeout victims in the first inning, which feels oh so long ago. Going inside, Winker takes a big bite. Gets nothing. 0-1. I just assume everybody is going to be, all the umps are going to suck. And that's another chase that will get them to 0-2. Prevent anybody from advancing. And once again, another block on a pitch in the dirt from Stroman gets us up to 1-2. All right. Have I missed anything else in the world of... One, two, and a strikeout. Ooh. Vrabel is at the Volunteers Pro Day. Nice. Cool. All right. First out of the inning for the Milwaukee Brewers. Now, Adames is up to bat. Pitch on the outside, and that one gets away, and everybody will advance. Oh, forgive me. 1-0. Well, he is at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Ks for Stroman so far in this game. Officially ruled a passed ball. And another one gets low. Marcus Stroman is in love with the dirt today. 2-0 count now to Adames. who had a single, who was 1 for 1 today, had a single to left field to start things. Three 3-0 now. They might be just trying to get this guy on base so they can end the inning with an easy double play. Up next is Tellez, who walked in the first. Another low pitch, but it was bitten upon. That is a strike. Well, you got to make it look like you're trying at least. Oh. And he makes him chase again. 3-2. Now we have a full count. Stroman up to 50 pitches, by the way. It is the third inning, and Stroman is about to throw his 51st pitch of the game. And it will be an outside walk. So at least 51 pitches for Stroman, 1 out for the Brewers. Bases are loaded. Adames, Yelich, and Terang, 1 third, second, third. Here's Tellez, and it gets framed for a strike by the catcher. Tellez's first plate appearance was a walk. See, 0-1, and hey, we have the first inning strike zone back again. It's 0-2. Oh yeah, Stroman's going to be done early at this rate because the Milwaukee Brewers are making him work. That's another pitch in the dirt. 1-2. Most pitchers were last year. It's been the so all they're complaining about position pitchers pitching is ignoring the fact that they do get the second short first double play. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, Ron, we are here. We are here for opening day. The Brewers strand a loaded base. Do not get a single run. We're now officially at the middle of third. Oh, yeah, you were definitely listening to McAfee. Oh, well, thank you. I'm glad that you decided to come in while getting all the important information you needed at the same time from Mr. McAfee. At this point, Husker, I assume that Rogers is going to complain to anybody who will listen to him. Which unfortunately is a lot of people. So we're up to like 55, 56 on his pitch count. Meanwhile, we'll wait for... They were talking about soaking in Mormons. Oh, yeah. All right. Wow, I have the whatchamacallit correct. 2 hits for the Brewers and only 1 error for the Cubs so far. Oh, and they're chatting up with David Ross, the current Cubs manager. Here comes Burns. A very high pitch. 1-0. Whew. And they don't bite on the outside one this time. 2-0. Yeah. I do like the fact that the camera made sure to not show the pitch going into the first baseman's glove as the runner stepped on the base, to just let us assume that they got it at the first time. Yeah. Nope, they calling it a ball. Did not hit him. 3-1. Nope, didn't hit him. As number 8, Wisdom, who is currently at bat, facing a 3-1 count. And that'll be a walk based on balls for Wisdom. True North, I unfortunately cannot tell you where your burrito is. Maybe you left it with your clothes as you were shedding them last night going to bed. And Master Booney is now up, batting 9th for the Cubs. Will take a called strike up the middle. We're not playing much, Ron. We're just waiting for this whole pitch clock is fat, makes the game go faster thing to actually come to fruition. 1/15 of the quiche. Yeah, these days that could be worth a lot. Burns gets a chopper in the infield, and they'll only get the dude at second. Woo. I think we officially call that a single. We are at 1 out. That's what they say. But I also feel like that they'll try to put as many commercials as they possibly can. Meanwhile, a right field hit is ripped through past the first baseman. And now we have first and third. Well, be careful, everybody, and Horner will make it first and third with 1 out. Swanson is 0 for 1, officially a line out to center field. Called strike to begin with. Yeah, no hitter's gone. And Burns has been working well within the pitch clock. He is not taking his time like Stroman is. And another hit into left field. And then the throw gets away, and it will bring in another runner for the Cubs. That is a awful, awful way to get this game going. All right, let's get the actual scoreboard because I forgot that that's what those numbers depend upon. Okay, two. Here we go. All right, let me get everything correct again. Big swing that time. Now 0-2. Whoop. Son of a bitch. All right, Chicago 2. Nope, that's fair. You learned it from idolizing Favre. Good point. Burns currently on pitch number 45. He's catching up to Stroman. First ditch engagement and the boos rain down. Yanks are up 4-0 on Giants. And what inning are those buggers in? At bottom of the 7th over in the Giants-Yankees game. Orioles up 3-1 on the Red Sox in the 7th. Season over. Call it now. Call it now. Brewers suck as normal. Hey. Yeah, it's the first game of the season. We got to do this 161 more times. Hap is still up to bat. It's a 1-2 count. Check swing did not go about. 2-2. Woof. Oh, you're a sadist. Not a masochist. Fair. All right, now we're at 3-2. Burns is fallen. Bellinger currently on deck for the Cubs. Sticks knows that they weren't going to be good this year. There's the second disengagement. Oh, shoot. So if he throws again and it doesn't result in an out, then it is a balk. Oh, shoot. Honestly, I thought he got it. Even with that slow motion replay with the glove and everything right in view, I think he got back. Ooh, is. Yeah, I don't think you can call him out. Unless there's something they can look at that will indicate that the ball, that he touched him right before his hand hit the base. Yeah, that one's going to be tough. And the Yanks have just added another run, so it's now 5-0 on the... And the challenge by Milwaukee does not work, so Milwaukee has lost a challenge in this game. I don't know how many they get. And the Orioles have the bases loaded. Oh, that's hilarious. Only one out. All right, Foster, see you when you get back, or if you don't. Hope the rest of your day goes well. There goes the runner. It'll be an inside ball 4. Runner advances anyway, first and second. And we're still at 1 out in the 3rd inning, and the Cubs are looking definitely to add some more to their lead here on opening day. It's the 2nd walk of the day for Happ, actually. And now, pitching coach is out there to talk to Burns. He's currently up to 49 pitches right now. Definitely catching up with Stroman. I think a good one to start with would probably score on wild pitch. Bellinger now up. And a called strike to start. Oh yeah, Bellinger officially called short. And that is foul. 0-2 now on Bellinger. Oh, 2 now. Check swing. But they call it. Oh, I'm sure they have more. I've just been I'm still getting used to keeping track of all of these stats all at once. They have at least 2, I think. Am I correct? Trey Mancini takes a big hack at the first one. 0-1. Mancini was hit by pitch in his first appearance, in the second, and now he's up in the 3rd. There's the first disengagement at this at-bat. Looking at Swanson. And a low ball for another strike, and the crowd is not happy about this low strike zone all of a sudden, because now it's working against them. So obviously the refs are idiots. Oh damn, I'm out of Dr. Pepper. Oh well, gonna have to settle for water. Tried to make him bite on another cutter. It is 1-2. He did not go. Only got one more pickoff attempt. And that is a single to left field. Dang, folks. Folks, we could be in trouble. Because the only thing that is worse than an insufferable Yankees fan is an insufferable Cubs fan. And he tried to just run over to get the easy tag, and he was too late for it. This is turning into a shit show for the Brewers on opening day. Oh. Honestly, I have a feeling that I might concede defeat by the 6th inning of this game. Called strike on Hosmer. Not sure what his... Hosmer rips one to second. It will be an easy throw to the shortstop to get the last out of the inning. However, they have hung 4 on the Brewers. Okay, so... call it a fielder's choice. I don't know when that happens. Yeah. You know what, this could be a good time to pause for the cause, but they also seem to be taking their commercial breaks rather quickly right now. So, I think I may wait until the end of the 4th for the first pause for the cause for the day. Oh, and right as I say that, they reveal that they're taking an even longer commercial break than usual. Lovely. Absolutely lovely. Their last noteworthy good year, I mean, I think they were alright for a couple of seasons afterwards, and then just slid into mediocrity. Oh, damn, they went through nearly the whole lineup in that 3rd inning. Holy crap. Oh, don't feel too bad. Brewers, you also got an error. Contreras now up, and that is a 1-0 count with a pitch that goes way inside. And very quickly, we are at 1-1. That one gets cracked foul to the right field side. Just like that, we are at 1-2. Husker informs me that the Braves are leading the Nationals 4-2 at the bottom of the 7th. Very high pitch in the strike zone. Puts it up to 2-2. And damn, got him on the outside corner. Yeah, we could be in for a painful, painful day, folks. I'm not sure what you call... Oh, now they're making up new pitches for this guy. A slider curve they have now officially named a slurve. Slurve. All right, we have another 0-1 count. Second strikeout for Carreras. Reyes. currently looking at an 0-2 count. Both of those called strikes. I don't know, man. I know I'm already officially out of touch with, like, things that matter. But for shit like this... That one has to be saved by the catcher before it can bounce away. 1-2. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, well, Luke, I mean, would you really want to leave them with that much dead cap? Stroman loses control again high, 2-2. We are at currently 64 for Burns' pitch count. That one was going high, but they took a crack at it anyway. Stroman will go for it and nearly runs into his own dude. Hosmer ends up getting the out. Was officially fouled out for Urias. And now Mitchell will come up. He's grounded out in the second. Low pitch from Stroman to start against Mitchell. 1-0. Well, let's see. Stroman might make it to the sixth if he is able to get under some control here. A cracked hopper down the first base line. Three up, three down. And just like that, we're on to the middle of the fourth. Yeah. Basically, it's them trying to get more, hits and singles into the game. Oh, nice. We got more military whack-off porn going here with Guy Ritchie's The Covenant. Hooray. Yeah, it did make the games go faster, but not in an exciting way. So, it's all about the offense, and they wanna... I think they had to make all of the pitch clock violations for the batters as well, so it wouldn't be too unfair. All right, let's see. Get these switched over like that to there and that to that. Oh, holy crap. We have a guest, everybody. Live! It's a Monty! Damn, that's a quick round out for Wisdom. Husker, I gotta be honest, I have no idea what kind of cat he is. The best that I can tell you is he's some kind of domestic short hair, But other than that, I didn't adopt him properly from a place. I rescued him out of my backyard. He had been one of my neighbors feeds the feral cats and tries to assist with trap and release. You know, trap neuter release. Forgive me. So that, we can keep the local populations down. But sometimes people around here, when they move, they just like to abandon their pets. And that was the case with Monty. Oh, damn. Now we're at a 2-1 count on Master Booty, who I thought officially had a single last time, but I might be thinking of somebody else. Up the middle to the shortstop for an easy out, number 2. Close. Well, that's also a thing that a lot of people who work at shelters who really like pets try to do. Just because it's a way to not only keep the feral populations down, but also reduce the number of pets that are up for adoption. And meanwhile, we got one ripped foul. 1-1. We're back at the top of the lineup, by the way, for the Cubs. Porter is up, currently 1 for 2 today with a fly out and a single, both of those to right field. He ended up ripping this one to the left, however. And he makes him sky one into center field, which will be caught and will end the 4th inning. Dang. So, wow. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. I was positive that I had all these things properly set up yesterday, but fantastic. Turns out I didn't. Yeah, I think this is a good time to take a pause for the cause. Yeah, while I figure out what the cats are going on about and all that such. And another stupid sports show will be back for the rest of Brewers Cubs in just a few. All right. Now, finally back. We've got the Brewers teasing us with a runner on second now, but we are up to 2 outs. Winker is back up, 0-2. So far, we got a high pitch that will be left for a ball. Husker, there are people who have more resources who can do those things better than I am, and I will probably be modding for Grassi's stream on that day because people tend to get a little stupid and even ruder than they more normally are during the draft. So it's going to be basically me dropping the band hammer on a lot of dickheads in chat that day. So unfortunately, no. Sorry about that. And now we have a 2-1 count for Mr. Winker. Pitch from Stroman, and it gets lost track of, and that'll be an easy stolen base to advancement to third. I'm still unsure why the 2-1 thing looks borked as hell, because I cleaned it up just like 5 minutes ago, and it's looking like still looking like the old ones behind it. I don't understand. Now officially 3-1. And that'll be a grounder right to the second baseman, and that will get us out of the inning as they strand another runner on third. Whew. Oh, and that's their warning right there that I'm not supposed to be doing this for you all. Thank you, Marquee Sports Network. Oh yeah, so we're at the bottom of the 5th, and I've completely given up. I think I need an actual proper sheet to do these things. I'll go check out at Dick's Sporting Goods to see if they have one of those scorekeeping books, because at this point I have run out of space in this little notebook I have. Try stopping the goat? No, I don't. I try not to fuck with goats, Luke. They can be dangerous if you don't respect their attitude that they can have. All right, let's see if I can, while this commercial game is going on, change this so that they all become yellow. Okay. Meanwhile, right now, of course, the cats are confused as hell about why I'm doing this in the middle of the day when I should be letting them out or feeding them early, so my furniture is also getting ripped up, if you can hear that in the background. Yeah, we'll remove those 3. We'll get rid of that. Add that back in. And we should be good to go. By the way, that was a ground out. Oh no, Burns actually made it. He beat the throw. It was along the third base line. It was a diving grab that was made for it, and just not enough arm on it. Yeah. Yeah, there's also that little part in there that any recounts or descriptions without the express written consent of the Chicago Cubs. So right now, I'm thinking they just want to see who's going to get the big money first, so they can come asking for their piece of the pie later. Because that's what it's really about. So now we got Burns on first and a 1-1 count to Happ, who is currently 0 for 0 still because he's been walked both times he's got up, but he has scored a run. First pickoff attempt to bring Burns back and to bring what's his name back. Burns already up to a pitch count of 71. That's Dansby Swanson who's at first right now. Hello, Ishii. Sorry about your Giants right now, but if it makes you feel any better, we all hate the Yankees, so... Or I'd like to think we all do, and that we are, normal, well-adjusted people, but, Oh, no, absolutely. I couldn't agree with you more, Luke. Ooh, got him to bite on a low inside pitch, 2-2. Oh, Husker, an A's fan. Oh, man, my heart goes out to you. I'm so sorry that your team is getting screwed the way it is and the whole battle for the stadium and everything. Ugh. MLB is more protective of play-by-play because they make all that info available via their channels. Yeah, that's also why I'm kind of insisting on keeping track of things myself. At least as best I can. Strike out! First out of the inning. And it is a K for Burns. Oh, that's not Angie that's been howling, by the way. That's Monty. Wow. Now, he must be feeling really brave because he doesn't really come in here all that often. Bellinger up right now, who's listed as 0 for 2. Let's see. Yeah, the ground out to short, and I didn't write it down. Yes, your friend Ishii. I already grabbed him once last time he came out here, so he made sure to take the wide radius around the chair. Bellinger doesn't bite on low pitch. It'll be 1-1. Burns taking his time, waiting for that pitch clock, gets it down to 2 seconds, and another foul off from Bellinger. 1-2. I can't really hear the reporting because the chatter got so insipid I had to turn it off, and now they're focusing on all the cold fans because there's apparently nothing exciting going on in this game anymore. 2-2. Yeah. This is how you can tell that the games are starting to struggle because they're having to talk about anything else beside the game. Another foul from Bellinger. Still 2-2. Yanks are officially 1-0. I'm sorry, Ishii. I've had that happen once with somebody you care about being in hospice. We got our first pickoff attempt on Swanson for the at bat. Well, hopefully we can get a little bit of a comeback going so that all of us can take joy in the Cubs fans going home unhappy. They missed with that one on the outside corner, 3-2. Got him low, and it's another foul. Yep. You see, for all the pitch clock changes and the pickoff attempts and all of that, you still have this, which does more to extend at-bats than anything else in the game of baseball. All right, 6-2, O's over the Red Sox in the top of the fifth. I think that is the second pickoff attempt of Swanson this at-bat, so Burns is out. Hey. When we get to the next commercial break, I'll have a little minor story time for you all. That got drilled to center field. It will be an easy catch for Swanson back to first. 2 outs. I should rate Sorgi. Yeah. Let's see. Oh, they're having the same problem I am. All the people who are keeping score can't write things down that quickly. All right. Oh, yeah. Mancini up to bat now. 2 outs. Curly sitting with an 0-2 count after that called strike. Mancini so far hit by a pitch, got a single and a run batted in. Now it's 8-2 8-2 Orioles. Burns gets that pitch in the dirt that time. 1-2. You know what? End of this inning, we'll go do a raid on Sorgi. How about that? And then we'll come back and do the story time. And now the Red Sox have gone to the bullpen. A big swing and a miss. A K for Burns to end the inning. Still a 4-0 lead for the Cubs, but we're going to end up in the top of the 6th now. And, folks, let's go say hi to Sorgi. Just pop in. Let him know we're around. Say hey. Everybody quack for him. Give him a quack. Go over to him and give him a quack. He's focused. We'll let him do his thing. Hey. Yay. Aw. There you are, Sergey. He's got his own group of people in there. I hope you're enjoying the opening day, man. I really do. I don't know about ignoring the. I don't know about how good the Cubs are right now. I mean, it's opening day. It's one game. You know, it is not a. It is not a specific sample size that we can really be proud of here. But just like that, we already have a first out and a ground out. Easy catch for Hauser. Yep. I figured as much. Camera's frozen, but at least the sound is still working because that is what really matters. Whether my beautiful voice can still reach you across the webs. And there we go. We should be back. And currently we have a 1-2 count on Tellez. Stroman now up to 84 pitches in the 6th inning. Big improvement from the start that he had at the top of the day. When he racked up 30 of them in the 1st inning. And he is going... I think he might get called for another pitch clock violation. No. It's just a dropped 3rd strike that leads to an easy out. Because we... Yeah, why would we have fun today? That's the thing. For as effective as Stroman has apparently been, he has shown a real lack of control, just very wild with his pitch movement. At least that's how I've been seeing it. But he is getting those low calls from the umps, so fuck me, I suppose. A swing by Contreras puts it at 0-2, and the Brewers seem resigned to their fate. I hope that's not the case. Hello, Pizzle. Hope you are doing well and that your Miami Hurricanes will bring joy to us all by eliminating UConn in the Final Four. Contreras will crack that one off as a foul. Still 0-2. Just for y'all to know, I will be live tomorrow night for at least one of the games that is going on. What the hell did I say for my schedule? I've already forgot. I know it was days and times, but it is not in front of me, so I cannot remember. Officially 1-2. Stroman with the pitch, and he gets Contreras to chase it low for another strikeout. Dan Stroman has been getting all the calls today, and he's whooping up the crowd here at Wrigley Field, or as I like to call it, Chase Bank, Frito-Lay, Giordano Chevrolet, Old Style, Time Warner, Citibank, General Motors, Hilton Heights, Halliburton, Westinghouse, Universal, Walgreens, CVS, DHL, UPS, MSN, FedEx, BP, Wendix, Google, Yahoo, John Deere, JetBlue, Clear Channel, Pepsi-Cola, Virgin Air, Verizon, Nextel, T-Mobile, Taco Bell, Dr. Pepper, PetSmart, Best Buy, Walmart, Southwest, Enron, Starbucks, Papa John's, Sony, Motorola, eBay, Toyota, Black & Decker, Bosch & Lomb, Goose Island, Viacom, Netflix, Redbox, RCN, Fox, Barnes & Noble, Amazon, Priceline, Groupon, Texaco, Barack Obama, Comcast, Wrigley Field. South Carolina versus Iowa. That sounds like a correct thing. Yeah, I'll be doing South Carolina versus Iowa for the women's Final Four. I think South Carolina's going to have the edge. They're probably just going to suffocate Caitlin Clark and make the rest of the team win the game. Saturday for the men's Final Four, I'll be doing San Diego State University versus FAU. So I know that you are a FAU alumnus yourself, Pizzle. So I think you'll be watching. Yeah. Okay. I promised story time. Now I give story time. So the year before the Cubs won the World Series, 2015, they made it to the National League Championship against the Mets, as some of you may remember. And they ended up getting swept by the Mets. And because I am an eternal smartass, I happened to be living within 6 blocks of Wrigley at the time. I was very lucky. I went down after the game was officially over and just swept the sidewalks with a broom. All around Wrigleyville, or as I call it now, East Naperville. Just in front of all the bars, in the paths of the people walking away from the game. Just sweeping the sidewalks. The bartenders and all the bouncers thought it was funny as hell, but the Cubs fans, they didn't notice. They were too depressed to do anything. Wasn't very big, just me and my broom, out and about. Oh damn, we got a new pitcher in for the Brewers, Strzelecki, and there's Stroman who is going into the locker room. So I guess we're going to get a new pitcher for the Cubs next inning. Meanwhile, we've gotten up at 2-2. Gomez is up, 0 for 2, grounded into a fielder's choice in the third. Just like a basic dollar store broom. I'll be honest, the Cubs don't deserve much more than that in my opinion. Stroman, he hadn't hit, I don't think he'd hit 100 pitches yet, honestly. He might have been close to 90. I'm sure they've got on the, somewhere on the stat sheets somewhere, but I'm also trying very hard to keep up with all this, and so far we have had two ground outs to start the inning. Peter Strzelecki, last season, ERA of 2.83, strikeout rate of 27%. Not bad. At the moment, I think the loss will definitely get credited to Burns because all the runs were scored on him if the score stays this way through the end of things. Currently at a count of 1-0. Wisdom is up to bat. And that funny low strike zone continues. 1-1. Called strike on the outside edge. 1-2 now. Alright, next pause for the cause, folks, just so you know, will be in the middle of the 7th inning. And they try for that grounder. Shortstop gets it in. And that will finish 6th inning. Oh yeah. For as good of a first try as this organization was, it definitely can be improved for the next stream. And I do appreciate you all bearing with me through this as I work through a completely new interface and like whole bunch of scenes put into the downstream keyer so that I can, change stuff without having to change scenes, which is more of a hassle. Yes, Oscar, for the take me out to the ball game. Yes. The fifth was his last inning. Strzelecki came in the sixth. And it looks like Stroman finished the sixth, and we will have a new pitcher for the seventh for the Cubs. Oh, and I do plan to have bingo cards for not only the women's Final Four game between South Carolina and Iowa, but also the men's Final Four game between San Diego State and FAU. Oh, and there they are, still playing up that World Series victory. Hanging their hand on that for a long time. That's the spirit. I know, Rick Sutcliffe finally got to go inside. Aw, that's nice. Alright, do I have everything set over there? Yes, I do. Awesome. Now we get a look at our new pitcher for the Cubs coming in. Keegan Thompson. Right-hander with a 3.76 ERA from last season. And I'm not sure why the batter has a stance like that. Urias looked like he was like trying to dare Thompson to hit him in the dick. And now the count's 0-2. This was what happens when you get cocky. No pun intended. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, Luke. When I was living near there and my ears got a front row seat to all the fans celebrating, as a foul out, by the way, from the first batter of the game. I had people screaming by my window all into the night, and my first thought was, yeah, I can wait another 108 years for the Cubs to win. If I'm just a head in a jar by that time, then I will be satisfied. Oh, former starter turned reliever. Okay. Lot of curve on that one. Drops into the proper place for an 0-1 count to Mitchell. Once again, benefit of great placement by the catcher. 0-2 now. We are very, very close, folks, to a quick seventh inning arrival. Dude has had a line out and a ground out. Can he get something started here for the Brewers? Nope. It will be a strikeout. We're getting close. This might be a 1-2-3 inning. And that one curved into the dirt, I think, by the time it reached home plate. 1-0. Brian Anderson back up now, 1 for 2 today with a single. That pitch from Thompson way outside. 2-0. And now we're at 3-0. All right. True North, always glad to have you. Take care of yourself. And that's a walk for Thompson. 2 outs, batter on first, easy fielder's choice. Yankees fan base, they're bad. I consider them awful for different reasons. Yankees fan base because of the incessant gloating, and the Cubs fans because half of them aren't even paying attention to the game. For when it was Wrigleyville and not East Naperville, my unofficial slogan for that area is, "Did you enjoy college? Did you think it would last forever? Welcome to Wrigleyville." It is just nothing but bars and a sidewalk that ends up looking like the floor of the SpaghettiOs testing factory. And also, I never wanted to drive there when I was doing Lyft because people would jaywalk all the time. I had people try to steal rides from arranged pickups that I had. I had people who would just get into the back seat of my car. I wasn't even driving a cab. I was driving a normal car, like you do with Lyft, and they would just assume that I was a free ride for them. Meanwhile, this is going to be an easy pop-out to end the inning, and we have reached the 7th inning stretch, folks. So, we're going to take a pause for the cause, and we will return for more Another Stupid Sports Show for Brewers Cubs just a bit. That's right, folks. We are back. And we once again have a Monty with us. Yeah. Just trying to get his purr motor revved up so as many of you can hear it as possible. By the way, the Brewers have a new pitcher in Varland, and he just struck out. First batter he faced. No, buddy. Okay, this pause for the cause music that you all just heard, I will get that for you in just a moment. Hang on. Take a look at this. It's called Beat the Beat Up, the instrumental version by Stephen the Levite. Once again, that is Beat the Beat Up by Stephen with a PH, the Levite, Levite. Whew. Damn, just like that, we are up to 2 outs. Varland doing work here in the bottom of the 7th. Currently got an 0-1 count as well. But damn, that gets ruined with a drive up the middle for a single. Wow, they're even marking exit velocity on these things now. Let's see. That nixes that at bat. And we get back to... Oh, is that Swanson again? Yep, that was Swanson again with another single. He kind of has that same snarky look that Matt LaFleur naturally has on his face, so I think that's why I'm able to pick him out so easily. Meanwhile, Braves over the Nats 7-2. Harland working on a 1-0 count against Happ. Swing and a miss, 1-1. Swanson taking the lead. Still got 2 disengagements left on the pitcher for this at-bat. And that's be another base hit into left field. Will advance all the runners. And all the children will weep and cry. Yeah, the sexiest head coach in North American sport alone. Whatever you say, Luke. Whatever you say. Yeah. Cubs are all doing this on 2 out, by the way. They could be increasing their lead right now. That was very inside. Ball 1. Bellinger, who is 0 for 3. Last at-bat, he flied out in the 5th. And meanwhile, the Rays and the Tigers have started, and of course, Detroit is losing 1-0 to the Tampa Bay Rays. Bless it. Called strike 1-1 on Bellinger. 2 outs, batters on first and second. Varland getting the pitch ready. Gets him to swing 1-2. Varland only had 13 pitches. He came in for, I've already forgotten his name, Strzelecki, who covered the 6th inning. Ugh. 2-2 now. In the dirt. We can only be happy in one sport. That's right, Luke. And it's the sport known as life. They don't allow that one on the inside corner. 3-2. Oh, boy. They're all bringing the noise up for Bellinger. Not overwhelmingly, but... And that's a walk. In the dirt. Bases are loaded. Ugh. I tell you, this might be the last Cubs game I do for a while. If that's what this season is going to be like. Ugh. Also, we have the Phillies versus the Rangers, the Pirates versus the Reds in any NL Central matchup, Twins and Royals, and Mets Marlins. How do you get to Wrigley Field? Well, if you're like most Cubs fans, you end up accidentally going to the south side because you don't know which train is the one to take. Even though the stop that Wrigley Field is at, Addison, has a big Cubs C, and it has that on every single station listing in the red line. However, we still see Cubs fans from the burbs thinking they're going to brave it out and take the L, and then they just end up standing in the stations, just staring at the signs gormlessly, being unable to figure out where they're going, and then usually asking somebody who looks like a local. Do I have experience with this? Possibly. 0-1 count, by the way. That one's in the dirt, however. 1-1. There's Mancini up now, who is 1 for 2 today. Varland getting ready. And that's going to be an easy bumper to first base that will save the inning, strand all 3 runners, and put us into the 8th. Oh. Well, feel free to clip it out, any one of you, and send it to him. See how he likes it. Hi, I'm K.I. You're here too. Welcome. Oh, what? I'm assuming you're a Dodgers guy? Or at least somebody, because I know that you're also Rams. What time are the Dodgers supposed to be playing today? Anybody know that? We are at the top of the 8th, by the way. This has been a dominant performance by the Chicago Cubs. Same time as the A's. Oh my god. They're a night game? Oh, I guess the Diamondbacks. Well, I guess it's primetime coverage, I suppose. Yeah, I'm definitely going to have to organize these better, because right now, it's just an absolute mess clicking from menu to menu. We'll find a way. We'll find a way. This is going to be a long season. And yeah, 162 games. Long season. Wow. Ohtani striking out Trout to win the World Baseball Classic? Oh, that's beautiful. That is beautiful. Love it. Absolutely love it. Oh, well, that makes today a little bit better, honestly. Okay, Brewers, you can feel free to lose. I've gotten my good endorphin bump for the day. Wait, do we have another new pitcher in there now? Oh, Brad Boxberger has come in to take over for the Cubs. Curly 1-1, but that pitch is in the dirt, 2-1. Oh yes, I saw the Australian Grand Prix is going to be going on. It'll start at 11:55 Central Time this Saturday night. So it's going to be a yeah. And it's going to be a sleepover for the American F1 fans. High pitch, and that is a walk. Oh yeah, Stroman had a day today. Lots of strikeouts, lots of defensive help, especially from his catcher, who is positioning the pitches and protecting a lot of them from escaping and causing more stolen bases. That's Winker again, and that gets that good pitch placement at the lower part of the zone. 10 strikeouts for Garrett Cole. Cool. That one's real high. 1-1. Oh, well, you got it a little bit easier. This is the one time that that you being over in jolly old England actually serves you well for an F1 race. Big swing and a miss, 1-2. Yeah, the Brewers have also stranded a lot of runners on base today. One and two. They couldn't trick that one into being a strike. It was low. Still at 0 outs, 2-2 count. Boxberger looking back at first, considering his options. He'll pitch, and it'll be cracked foul. While we have the time, because I don't want to slow down my computer again like the last time I opened Firefox. Let's see. Okay, no, all the hockey starts at 6 o'clock. We have another one fouled off. It's still 2-2. MLB scores. Orioles over the Red Sox, 8-4 in the top of the 7th, by the way. And the Rays are still beating the Tigers 1-0 in the middle of the 6th. Yeah, a lot of Phillies, Rangers, Pirates, Reds, and Twins, Royals are all scoreless in the first. Eleven on base. Ugh, that's ugly. What, 9-4? I mean, the Orioles are doing things. Wow. Did Peter Angelos die? Swing and goes down. Ugh. Because, honestly, Husker, that is the only explanation I have for why the Orioles could be doing well, is that Peter Angelos is no longer a part of the organization and cannot ruin it as effectively as he has. Adames cracks one to third, and this will be a single out. And they call for the review. Angelos just doesn't care anymore? Well, I don't think he ever did. Honestly, the Orioles hadn't been competitive in any major ways since they last made it to the AL Championship Series with Jeffrey Mayer and the New York Yankees. And there it is. Call's overturned. The runner is out. We have gone from the top to the middle of the 8th. Cubs still lead 4-0. Oh yeah, that was a long time ago. That was back in the days when I was younger and had a lot less gray hair in my beard. No, that was back in the 1990s, Husker. I mean, that was the days when Cal Ripken was still on the team. Oh, I can't show you this cool thing. Nah, they didn't start coming in for me until I was like 23, 24. So, I was cleaning out my spare room. And I happened to find something rather interesting. Oh boy. Let me fix that. Oh, yeah, we're gonna have to take care of that as well. Oh boy. And then we'll just remove that. And there we go. Oh, but I've got plenty of them now. The aging is happening. This is one of the few newspapers I saved. And it is from when Cal Ripken broke Lou Gehrig's consecutive games played record. That was the only thing that Orioles fans had to hang their hat on in the 1990s. Was the fact that Cal Ripken stuck around with us long enough to break Lou Gehrig's record. Meanwhile, we'll start the bottom of the 8th with Turang and the other outfielder are able to clear each other out. Gather that pop fly. Start it with 1 out. Yeah, like I said, I'm a former Orioles fan, and when it became obvious that Peter Angelos had stopped giving a chicken fried fuck about improving the team, I checked out. Soon, guys. Soon, I promise. They're both crying for food now. Yeah, Digby Swanson having to protect his hair in the dugout from a foul ball. Oh, and 1 now. New pitcher in for the Brewers, Guerra. It's currently at 1-1 on Hosmer, who is 0 for 3 today, apparently. Check swing. They're not going to call it they're not going to call that a strike. 2-1. What are my pro sports teams? Well, in professional football, it's the Detroit Lions. In Major League Baseball, it is the Chicago White Sox. Easy fly out to left field, which will get us the 2nd out. Oh, damn it. It's Cubs and Brewers for the first 3 games for the Cubs. Well, they're going to have a good start to the season. Plus, playing the Reds, that doesn't hurt either. For hockey, I will always go back to the Washington Capitals. I was so happy when they won that cup. And basketball, I don't really have one, honestly. An NBA never really appealed to me. I'm good with college basketball, just enjoying the sport of it. But I I just never could get that involved in basketball to really pick a team. Plus, I grew up in the DC area, and we had the Washington Bullets at the time, and then became the Wizards when they were worried about it influencing violent behavior. Yeah, because it was the name that was causing people to shoot each other. MKI, I consider the Midwest to be this huge melting pot of sports, as I mentioned before. There are so many different fandoms that are represented in Chicago alone, and most of them have their own bars as well. I gotta imagine there's at least one bar in Chicago that is a home bar for Cincinnati Reds fans that are living in Chicago. There has to be. Yeah, as it turns out, I didn't change all of the numbers while I was making these. And so I gotta... and get them all squared away. So... and also, it would help if I actually put this into studio mode before I made these changes. Because that way we can't interrupt the beautiful, beautiful picture of my face that you all have been so kind to stare at for the past couple of hours. Now this could be an easy end for the end of the game for the Cubs coming up right now. And we're only like 2 hours and 10 minutes into this bad mother. Yeah. Probably. Most of us are probably multitasking, and yeah, unless the Brewers make a major storm back here, I don't think there will be a bottom of the ninth. But it'll be good for me to be able to correct that now before I forget about it. And the fact that the big advertisements on this game are a memory drug for, people who don't want to admit they may have dementia coming, and Budweiser. All right, that's going to be Fulmer who will come in to attempt to get the close. And meanwhile, the Reds are up on the Pirates, 1-0. Oh, I'm sure Mr. Tree is having a wonderful day with that. And we start with a called strike to Tellez. It was 0 for 2 with a walk. Ends up ripping that one foul, 0-2. Meanwhile, the Blue Jays are leading the Cardinals 3-0. Well, sorry about that, John. Ugh. Phillies over the Rangers 2-0. Got 0-2 coming to Les. Swings at a pitch in the dirt. Strike 3. First out of the inning. Oh, that's what I gotta do. I just gotta put them all on the same list. It sucks, but it'll have to be done. And another strike to get things started. 0-1. Contreras now at the bat, who is 0-3 on the day. Atkins goes out toward left center, and he does not get it on the sliding grab. Contreras will only be able to get to first, though, because one of the other guys ran out there, was able to play backup once the initial catch was missed. Yes, MKI, there will be future baseball bingo. I gotta think up some other interesting spots to include. But it is planned. It is plant. Oh, right as I put back an empty count, there's a strike. 0-1 to Urias. Urias. Forgive me. Hey, I do what I can, Luke. I do what I can. 0-1, 0 out. Fulmer's pitch is the outside of the outside corner that time. By the goodness and graciousness of the umpires, we are now at 1-1. 3-0 Tampa Bay over Detroit. Nice. And Urias still leaning his crotch into the plate. It is just the weirdest batting stance I have ever seen. And now one gets fouled off. We'll be 1-2. All right. Well, before I forget, and so I have a chance to say this now, everybody who showed up today from ThIIIrd, and they lost track of the ball, but still managed to pick him off at first anyway. It hit Fulmer in the shoe, and he lost track of where the ball was. Yeah, hit him right in the outside of the right foot. Urias wanted to slide into first, and didn't happen. Could have just run through, so now we're down to the last out of the game. Gomes will head out to the mound as they call time. I didn't see any rule changes about timeouts, by the way, so maybe it was in one of those sections that I missed. Stroman officially had 8 strikeouts of the game in 6 innings of work. Oh, thank you, Luke. Uh-oh. Oh, and 1. Oh, the foul ball. Batters get 1 timeout per bat. Oh, it wasn't a batter that took timeout. It was the catcher that took timeout. So I don't know if it's the same rule. All right, 0-1 now. Runner on second, 2 outs. Darby Swanson in his douchey haircut. Another one fouled off, 0-2. And now comes the noise. Same with pitchers. Okay. Fouled. 0-2. Fouled into his glove, but he could not hold on to it. Aw. And now the cats are sniffing each other. This is a beautiful day. Another one fouled off by Mitchell. He is extending this at-bat as long as he possibly can. Are we going to get the 4-0 score, or will Mitchell drag this out for another few painful minutes? No! Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Ball game. Unfortunately, folks, that is our final. Hey, Chicago, what do you say The Cubbies lucked it out today. Yep. Prepare for insufferability throughout the NL Central for at least a good part of the start of this season. So, yeah, Milwaukee still sucks, but at least the game was shorter. So, once again, I thank you all for coming here on what was a very odd streaming time for me, but people showed up anyway. I mean, it's opening day. You gotta do that. Hey, William, don't worry. Maybe with enough of these streams, you can pick things up. Who knows? Thank you very much for tuning in to another stupid sports show. Cubs beat the Brewers 4-0 at their home opener. And yeah, 160 more of one more of these things to go. I'm Jim B here on 106.9 Click FM. Thanks for tuning in. Good night, Milwaukee, wherever you are.